Experts say they are critical in the response to the coronavirus because they can help doctors understand who's already been infected and who is still at risk. Tonight, we're looking at how an antibody test works, how reliable it is, and what it reveals. Keep in mind, the rapid tests are not FDA approved, but last month, the FDA began allowing companies to make and distribute them without formal authorization if they met certain criteria. I begin with my own test.
Hi there.
I had a morning drive-up appointment for a rapid antibody test. Dr. Lisa Larkin's practice in Marymount was the provider. She has 1,200 kits for an internal review board approved trial.
What I will do is look at how my results compare to what we know in our population.
As part of the effort to piece that puzzle together, her staff, from a masked social distance, got my paperwork with history info, measured my oxygen, took my temperature, then took the simple finger stick blood sample.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't hurt at all.
In that moment, I became one of many since last Tuesday.
You are number 400.
To get the drive-up test. Dr. Larkin is offering it to people in and outside of her practice. Jeff March wanted to know if he had COVID-19 antibodies. He had been in Washington, D.C. in mid-March.
The next week, I had a very low-grade fever, felt a little achy, consulted with my doctor.
But he could not get a COVID-19 diagnostic test because he was only mildly symptomatic. He quarantined and later got the test Dr. Larkin's offering.
This is looking at your body's response to the infection with a virus,
which showed he was positive for antibodies. Very basically, it identifies if you've had the infection or not. Dr. Larkin says 16 of the men and women her team has tested showed antibody response, results consistent with COVID symptoms they experienced.
I would tell you that none of them were completely asymptomatic, which is very interesting, right?
Right.
Which is because we keep hearing about asymptomatic infections being as high as 25%.
It is the reason she says antibody testing is so important. It can help us understand the virus, who's had it, who's vulnerable, and what the response should be.
So you all told me I was negative. What does that mean?
So it means in all probability that you have not been exposed to the virus and you still are at risk of contracting the virus. You need to continue to practice social distancing.
She cautions there can be false negatives, and some people could have such low antibody levels the test doesn't pick them up. Dr. Larkin says no test is 100% accurate, but wide-scale antibody testing could allow us to know what immunity levels might look like, who could be impacted in a possible second wave, and how and when we can open back up.